I want to help people earn $10,000 from Instagram in next 3 to 6 months, but with only 30 minutes per day. Starting a personal brand is something that can really elevate your income to the next level. Wood cutting, craftsmanship, whatever it is, you can start a personal brand. The first year when I started content creation, I was probably doing, let's say, 1,000 to 2,000 bucks per month. The next year was 5,000 maybe, but now the third year it's
Wow, what an accomplishment. You have right now grown your audience the last 12 months from like maybe ballpark 100K to 300,000, right?
yeah. Hook is something that's absolutely crushing social media currently, like every social media, YouTube, TikTok, like whatever you want to do, you need to have a great hook. If you don't have a great hook, the best value won't help because nobody will watch it.
Welcome Aleksa Spasic to the show. Alex helps people grow and earn money on Instagram by doing what they love and without sacrificing their sanity. Alex, welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you for having me here. I'm really excited to share some value, bring some new stuff to your community. Yeah, let's go.
Thank you. Let's start off with what's your mission on the planet and what inflection point made you start your business?
Well, like about 2 to 3 years ago, like online business and copywriting and everything else was something that really started to take place, especially because of COVID and everything else. So basically, I started doing copywriting. And after that, I figured out like starting a personal brand is something that can, really elevate your income to the next level. And after I started doing something like that, I figured out like this is something that anyone can do. Like they just don't realize if they have any kind of profession, like even if you have wood cutting, craftsmanship, whatever it is, you can start a personal brand. People just don't realize it. And yeah, basically, my mission with this Instagram account and my personal brand is to help anyone start a personal brand and see how they can live a free life by doing something they love and without, as I said, like sacrificing their sanity or scamming people or selling super expensive stuff. It's just about having a brand.
Okay, nice. And what did you do before in your previous life before you did all of that?
Well, like something that I do even right now. So I'm a violinist. I play violin professionally. So I finished college for that. So yeah, I'm still doing that. It's just that I split my life 50-50,
There.
working on both careers. In general, I plan on expanding that also to social media, starting account for that because I think that's also something that I can bring value. And yeah, that's basically it. I have no relation to marketing, to digital marketing, to IT. I mean, I always liked that stuff. I always researched it myself, but it's only after I started doing that stuff that I seriously started to educate myself about that.
Okay, good transition to talk about today's offer. So, if I were a client of yours, what's that core offer that I would buy from you?
Well, yeah, we are currently like there's different kinds of tiered offers, based on the buying power of the customer. But basically, recently we've developed a system that brings followers, but qualified followers, people that will actually buy from you from the day one, 300 to 1,000 followers per month. So it's completely automated. I mean, you still need to post content, you still need to be active on social media. But what we did, we've developed a team who engages on your part with your target audience. We can target them based on your competitors. We find your competitors, we engage with their followers, and that's how we bring those followers to yourself. And the best thing about this is that we can really target people with this, and it's completely organic. So it's not something that's, forbidden by Instagram community guidelines or really against anything. It's just engaging with people. But the thing is, engagement takes a lot of time. People don't have time to sit down and engage with 300 to 1,000 people per day in order to get that result per month. That's why we have a team to do that.
Okay, clear. So that means it's actually not an on-demand course or a group coaching or one-on-one. It's actually a
It's a
done for you.
service.
It's
Yeah,
done for
yeah,
you
it's a
first.
service. Yeah, I have a course which I plan to rebuild. What's interesting about that course is that it's actually integrated with AI. So basically, you get an AI that knows everything from the course. It also knows something from my books, free resources, and so on. So basically, when you watch the course, if you don't know what I mean by saying anything, you can ask the AI. In 99% of questions, it will respond correctly because it knows everything from the course altogether. So that's something and I plan on reshooting that course. The idea with the new version of the course is I want to help people earn $10,000 from Instagram in next 3 to 6 months, but with only 30 minutes or 60 seconds per day.
Yeah,
So
that's
that's the idea.
that's a great ROI. Let's talk about price points real quick of your offer. So where does it start on the low end? Where does it end on the high end?
Well, for example, like regarding the course, let's say the course, believe it or not, is only $18 per month because of the AI. It's a monthly subscription, but you get the course, you get a bunch of resources, you get the community, and so on. So that's the lowest tier offer that you have currently. The on the higher end, of course, there's some services which are custom made. So basically, for let's say management services or something that's more complex, which it's pretty much, as you said, done for you. But not only engagement, it's done for you everything: video editing, account management, optimization, everything. Surely, that's pretty much a custom package depending on what you need, how much content you have, and so on. If you need us to create all of the content, or if you will create some of the content and so on, usually that starts about $800 per month and then goes onwards depending on like the amount of content that you need. That's the biggest factor in any of the custom features.
What's the
That's
highest?
well, the highest would probably be if you want us to post like on every social media for you, repurposing content and so on. That can go up to $2,000 or $3,000, but that's usually more catered for uh, really established businesses, for people who already have a flow of income offline and they want to bring it online. And that's something that takes a bit of time. As you know, like content creation is not something that you just start doing and it works. But having a brand elevates anything that you do. Let's say you want to run ads. If you have a good brand, it's way easier. People know you. People want to buy from
If I were to interview some of your clients and ask them what they rave about most in your offering, what would they tell me?
you. You mean like what works the best for them? Like
Yeah, like what do they appreciate most? What do they rave most about after having worked with you? What do they like most?
well, what I personally like to do is to like the price point is there, yeah, of course, and you get the basic package with the price point. But I always like, especially with the one-on-one stuff, with management stuff, with helping, like something that requires me to work with people. I always love to go above and beyond. I really never stick to, let's say we went for this price point and I only do this kind of service. I really try to help them with every area of business that I can. Maybe let's say I'm doing management with them, but they need help with structuring their offers, messaging, landing pages, and so on. I don't mind going for that, helping them out. So probably, yeah, with any client that I had, my main goal is to achieve their goal. So it's
Yeah,
not
perfect.
about, yeah, that's something.
That's a great mindset. What tools do you use to deliver that value to your clients?
Well, there's a lot of tools like you mean like tech tools,
Yeah,
like the yeah. Well, for now, like let's say for video editing, like depending on what's your budget, but let's say for more beginner-friendly agencies, CapCut is pretty good, and both the PC and mobile version. But like the DaVinci Resolve, Premiere Pro is for some more serious editing. For something that's absolutely crucial nowadays for leads is ManyChat for Instagram. So it's basically an automation software. When they comment a keyword, send your keyword, they get a message. For scheduling stuff, we currently use Meta Business Suite mostly because it has pretty much all of the features that would be needed. For designs, Canva is also good. Then again, Figma is also pretty good for designs. Um, Now, regarding like communication, Slack, WhatsApp. Like that's something that we use on a daily basis. There's
Clear.
probably a lot more, like, but those are the main tools that we use daily.
Yeah.
Basically, everything else.
Before we move on, could you take me on a timeline? When did you launch the business as is with the current offer stack?
Oh yeah, well the offers that I have currently, like that's something that we created as a package about like beginning of this year. Offers changed a lot before that. This is something that we are going for currently, but I started doing this, let's say, about 2.5 years ago, something like that. But as you know, when you start anything, like your sources of income change, your motivation changes, your goals change, and that's how we changed offers to this. I think this brings variety, to
Okay. Let's talk about success. How many paying customers do you have today?
well, yeah, it changes like on a
Typical
monthly
month.
basis. Yeah. What?
Typical month.
Yeah, let's see, like currently we have about, I don't know, 50 people for that service which I told you about. Launched it
Nice.
recently. It's I mean, it's pretty much automated, and because I started that with another growth coach, another creator, which is a friend of mine. We co-founded something like that, and it's working pretty well now. For the course, we have I don't even promote that much that course, but it's around 100 paying customers currently per month. So it's something that when I rebuild the whole course, because I want to make it more high quality, we will definitely um, get into more sales. And of course, like on monthly basis, there are also some brand sponsorships. That's a benefit, when you're a content creator. Brand sponsorships, affiliate marketing, and so on. But that can change from month to month. There are some long-term collaborations, but a lot of brand, they don't do long-term.
If you think the creator economy is really interesting, then I got something for you. On milliondollarcreators.club, we actually created a database of all the creators out there, and you see not just their fans, followers, subscribers, but actually how much money are they making. So with that, we bring now transparency into the creator economy, and you really see how are the best of the best get their customers, price their offers, create their offer stack, get customers, which tools are they using, how will they grow and triple their business going forward. So if that's interesting for you, including lists of who makes the most revenue, who has the fastest revenue growth, who has the biggest audience, who has the fastest growing audience, who makes the most revenue per follower, and who has the most exciting offer stack from low end all the way to the high end, then go to milliondollarcreators.club and enjoy the data. How big is the brand stuff of your overall revenue?
Well, brand stuff can sometimes, depending on what's the month and do we have some long-term deals going on, can go over 50%, of the revenue total, because yeah, but it's not like always stable.
Yeah, of
Like
course.
some.
It's a bicycle. Hey, one question, just like because I tried to run the numbers, of course, in my head. Like 100 people on the course for $18 a month, right? That's 1,800 a month,
Yeah,
and then you have another 50 that pay between 800 a month to 3,000. So let's take
well,
a thousand.
it's not all of that, like, because those most of those 50 people are just on the engagement service. The engagement service is $300 per month, so that's just for that.
Okay.
Like but some of them, yeah, they get more complex services like management and so on, but they, like, that's most of the revenue from that part.
Okay, but
And then,
let's say 80 people are on 300, that's 24,000. Another 1,800, that is, let's say 25,000. Then you have another 20 maybe that pay 1,000, another 20,000, that's 45,000. So you're like close to 50,000 a month.
well, yeah, but of course that revenue is split between like co-founder, between like business expenses and everything else. But yeah, gross revenue is yeah, pretty much
Yeah,
about that.
nice. And then sometimes there you can even brand revenue on top. So that's good.
Yeah.
Most of that is recurring as well. So that's amazing. Like that's actually quite valuable. Like you built an amazing, that's an amazing thing that you built. Really good. If you compare, because you to understand growth, if you compare that to 12 months ago, how did that differ there? Was it like same amount or was it significantly less?
Yeah, it was significantly less because, from my perspective, like, the offer that you have needs to fit your audience. So we had different kinds of offers, different kinds of coaching offers, services which didn't really fit the audience that I had. So this kind of like $300, $200, that's around mid-ticket offer. Looks like that's something that's working pretty well for my audience. And another thing that I didn't do is reach out. So I do a lot of reach out today, let's say 50 to 100 people. I send new messages per day, people who are engaging with my content, downloaded my lead magnets or something like that. So that's a huge part of the revenue because like even if 5% of people respond, that's still daily customers which you're getting on long term, which is crazy. But if you have a personal brand, it's far higher than 5%. Like
Yeah, nah,
it
of
should be a
course,
lot.
of course. Two quick questions on that. First of all, like for this outreach, what tool do you use to automate it?
Well, currently it's pretty much manual, and I have some people which are doing it for me. So it's not really a tool. I haven't found a tool that does that really well.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
example, I had one AI doing that for me on Instagram, automatically responding to messages and other stuff. But honestly, I wasn't too satisfied. Like
Was it good, huh?
it looks like it's saving you time, which is great. But at the end, the result is not so
It's not
good.
good, yeah.
Yeah, it's saving you time, but it's like you're not doing anything, so you can save the time
Yeah,
yourself.
it's clear. I know, like you have to do it again. Real
Yeah.
quick before we move on, like still on the growth question. So is it then crazy growth in the last 12 months? So like, are you coming? Let's say now it's 50. Was it at 20? Was it at 40? Like, so you grow a little bit, or was it at almost
Yeah,
zero?
it's really, as they say, exponential growth. It's not linear. It's, for example, just to compare you, the first year when I started content creation, I was probably doing, let's say, 1,000 to 2,000 bucks per month. The next year was, let's say, I don't know, 5,000 maybe. But now the third year it's completely different. So it's, when you look at the percentages, it makes sense, but it's crazy.
Congratulations. Let's move over to actually team and expenditure. So you said co-founders and so on. So how big is the team?
Well, the team is the core, like people which I have is it's not honestly too large. Now that I count it up, it's about 10 people. But we have people on demand. Like those 10 people have their own teams which cover different kinds of tasks. So, for example, recently we went into a kind of partnership with one YouTube agency, which is really amazing. Like they're gonna start doing my YouTube stuff, and let's say that they have their own team of people. I just loved what they were doing. We incorporated them into our team. Also, like for example, with that engagement stuff, we have a separate part of the team for that, which is um, un- under one person also. So it's like
Okay.
the team, when you count everything up, gets pretty big. But the core team, the core people that are around this stuff are pretty much 10 people. Like
Clear.
not.
If I were to have this secret chat with your accountant and ask him about like what are the biggest items on the cost side, is it then payroll is the biggest because you don't really running ads?
Um, yeah, well, payroll is one thing. The second thing is probably different kinds of tools that we use
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
because,
makes sense.
for example, ManyChat, if you send a lot of messages per month, can get
Yeah.
costly. Another thing that can get costly is we use ClickFunnels for our funnels. ClickFunnels, I mean, ClickFunnels for what you get is pretty much affordable, but it still can get costly. Those are probably the two that come
Okay.
to my mind. Like, and of course, like depending on what kind of payment processor you use, like the fees for those payment processors can also, like PayPal has some ridiculous fees. Like
Yeah, 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 I know. It's
that's
crazy.
something. Yeah,
Okay, let's talk about customer acquisition, lead generation.
yeah,
So how do you actually get then eyeballs awareness to your accounts and offers? Is that like literally now the biggest is now like sending daily messages to 50 to 100 people, or how do you
yeah.
do it?
Reach out is a big part, but for higher ticket stuff. So for mid ticket and high ticket offers, it's a bigger part. But for especially for lower ticket offers and in general getting that as you said, eyeballs on our offers. We offer a bunch of free stuff. That's basically it. So we give a lot of value in our content, firstly, and I have a lot of different freebies which I created over the years. But currently, the best freebie that we have is complete guide to building 10,000 followers. So that's basically where a bunch of leads come from. They fill out the lead generation form. That form has some basic information, but one of the most important question is what's your monthly income from all sources. That's how we can qualify leads if we should reach out to them or not. Of course, like not every month is the same. Sometimes you get more leads, sometimes less on, let's say, that particular sign up form. If we don't have enough leads, we always have an option to reach out to people on the like that engage with us or stories or whatever else. But this is the biggest indicator, because if we know their income, we know what we can
Yeah,
offer
yeah,
to
yeah,
them,
of course.
and we potentially know what kind of struggle they may have that needs to be fixed and if they can afford it. So that's like a bunch of leads come from that.
And so like the core funnel is for mid to high ticket is Instagram DM outreach. Then you go into a quick chat on Instagram DM. Then you do a sales call, and because you have qualified lead by then already, you then convert. Is that correct?
um, uh, Basically yes, but for that mid ticket offer, which is 200 to 300 bucks, is the biggest thing is like some people even buy straight to DMs, which is crazy. Like because people that can afford it, we don't even upsell them immediately. We just give them the service for 1 month.
Okay,
They are absolutely blown away by it. They ask themselves for what's next, like what I want to sell. How do I sell? I have followers, but how do I turn those followers into clients? How do I monetize this? Like that. Those are the questions that most people have.
very, very, very clear. Perfect. You have right now grown your audience the last 12 months from like maybe ballpark 100K to 300,000, right? So like
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
triple.
yeah,
That is
yeah, and
that is
yeah.
huge. And Instagram is by far like this thing that you focus on. So what has been the secret to grow and convert your audience?
Well, like in general, always providing as much value as possible is always like the best. What I like to do is I find my competitors, find what they are doing, and I just do it a bit better. It doesn't need to be crazy difference, but let's say someone is giving 3 tips on how to do this and this. I give 5 tips on the same thing, and another huge part is the hook. Like hook is something that's absolutely crushing social media currently. Like every social media, YouTube, TikTok, like whatever you want to do, you need to have a great hook. If you don't have a great hook, the best value won't help because nobody will watch it. So experimenting with different hooks and then over delivering value with good call to action, that's the key.
Very, very, very cool. Yeah, agree. Really good. Let's move on to the future. So, could you triple the business by yourself in the next 12 months? Yes or no? So, you will now have exponential growth up to 50K. So, that would definitely crack 100, like 150K, something like that. Can you do that?
Well, it depends on a lot of factors. Like, firstly, our current capacity, we would need like definitely more team members to handle more clients for that. So basically, the first goal for like let's say at least next 6 months to 9 months is establishing firstly a larger team, but which is also fully pretty much automated and knows what to do, because we can get more leads. As you said, we are not doing any ads currently. If we could run ads, let's say to a lookalike audience to what we already have, we could get more leads, but we need more execution power, especially in terms of DMs and selling, because what I figured out is it's damn hard to find good salespeople who know how to book calls and who know how to sell on calls.
Yeah,
So that's probably something that first we need to expand. And I think it's absolutely possible to get to that revenue point if we can get a good team. Like
clear.
it's all about like that kind of
What's the biggest potential
expansion.
channel to drive that massive growth? Is it like just Instagram? Keep focusing on that and ramping up? Or?
Well, I'm currently trying to expand firstly on long form stuff on YouTube. So that's, as I said, like that's something that I'm heavily going to go into next 3 to 6 months. Figure out like how, because like short form stuff is something that I pretty much got spot on. Like I experimented a lot. I know how to make short form stuff, but long form stuff, it's of course a bit harder to keep people's attention, and everything else. That's something that I want to go in for, and I think YouTube, if we can get it to at least 50 to 100,000 subscribers, would be a huge source like of income. One interesting idea is also like communities right now are absolutely blowing up. I think rather than using a community as a paid membership, I think using a community as a lead magnet can be huge. Like, and that's something that we're potentially going to expand. So yeah, definitely some other streams of income that like Instagram, yeah, great, but we can expand that to other platforms for
Real,
sure.
real quick, like, why will YouTube getting it to 50 to 100K subs be like pivotal for your business versus other things? Like, why do you believe that? And second, communities as a lead magnet. Tell me more. How would you do it, and why do you think it's better than the old PDF lead magnet?
Well, firstly, with the 50 to 100,000, why I have that range in mind? Because that's about like the point where if you have good content, a lot of revenue can come from affiliate marketing and from brand deals. Like because of course, like with long form stuff, YouTube, the brand deals are far better. So that's I've seen some creators do like 90% of revenue from brand deals, which is absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, that's what I have in my mind. Of course, like YouTube revenue is good, but I just don't have enough knowledge on how big of a percentage of revenue that can be. Regarding the communities as lead magnet, the great part about communities, if you start a good community with good amount of people who want to engage with each other, at certain point it becomes independent from you. They start responding to each other's questions. They start connecting with each other, but they're connecting that value to you because you brought everyone together. So I think that's what's great because you can invest not too much time, or if even you can hire a community manager to do it for you, yet like it keeps bringing value because the more quality people you have in that community, the more they will connect between themselves, bring value to each other, but connect that value to you. So you look even better in a prospect's eye. And then for example, you can have a paid community which is like an exclusive community compared to this one, which you can promote to a free community.
Before we continue, there's one favor I would like to ask. If you enjoy what we do here and you enjoy the guests that we bring, please join Million Dollar Creators by hitting the subscribe button. And if you do, I'll make you a deal. I do everything in my power to make this show bigger and better for you. Do we have a deal? Enjoy the show. Yes, clear. Okay, great. What is the biggest thing that's holding you back personally on achieving all of that?
Well, currently like it's time, like I have a lot of goals in my mind. As I said, like I have a completely different profession which I do, and it's not honestly something that I'm doing for money. I'm doing it because I love doing that, and that's why I want to start separate social media for that. So yeah, it's time, it's delegation, because I'm currently running into that trouble with. I think every like entrepreneur, business owner gets to that point where you just need to delegate a lot of stuff. Like if you don't delegate, like the responsibilities just go over you. So that's something that I'm working on currently, finding good people for the team who want to join the team, who not really want to build my business, who want to build themselves in the process, and really want to be dedicated.
Okay, next section is called Favorite Five. It's a fast paced section, so you can answer in one word. And let's
Yeah,
go. So, what's your favorite business book?
probably $100 million leads. Alex Hormozy.
Mostly. Yep.
Yeah.
What's your favorite way to get inspiration or to learn and grow?
YouTube, definitely. YouTube.
What's the favorite person that you are studying your role model?
Alex Hormozy. Yeah, he's great.
What is the favorite event or conference that you have attended or want to attend?
Um, I don't really know. Haven't thought about that, but probably I like Future, like that one company, I don't know what the Chris Doe holds some conferences which I would like to attend. Storytelling conferences, design conferences, like that's something that I'd like to attend.
Favorite online tool for building your company?
ManyChat.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Favorite city or place that you would love to move to?
Oh, that I'd like to move to. I really don't know if I'd like to move to a certain city, but I like Dubai. You know, their federal system, like
Yeah,
tax system.
Texas.
That's something. Yeah, yeah.
Biggest thing on your mind right now?
Biggest thing on my mind is currently I'm working on that course, so that's something that's biggest thing on my and communities. Like that's something that's currently
Personal
on my mind.
section, also real quick. How many hours do you work per week?
Oh, well, currently I work a lot. Like people think entrepreneurship is like work you work
How many
whenever you want.
passive?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's not like that. Like I work a lot. Like probably when you get everything together, 8 to 10 hours per day is something
And
that I
that's 5 days
spend.
a week, so 50.
Yeah, pretty much.
How
Yeah.
many
So
hours do
it's
you sleep per night?
I always sleep at least 8 to 10 hours. So that's yeah,
Lovely.
that's good sleep is something that's absolutely necessary for me.
What's the situation? Married, single, or any kids?
Don't have kids, but I'm gonna get married in September, so that's on the table.
Love it. So that congratulations to that. And what is your age?
I'm 23 right now, 24 in June.
Wow, what an accomplishment. Last final question. We also want to give some advice to the audience. If you could go back in time and have a conversation with your, in your case, let's say 18-year-old self, what's the best piece of advice that you would give to your younger self?
um, I just tell myself that I can, like, you can absolutely do anything in today's day and age. We are just not, we can just realize that how much potential we have, especially with internet, online business, and so on. So if I could go back, I would just tell you can do anything you want. You just need to work really hard and have a good plan on your mind, but you can do absolutely anything. Like whatever you can put your mind to, you can do it. It just takes time, but you can do it.
Love it. That is Aleksa Spasic. He is helping people to grow and earn money on Instagram. And he does that with an agency service done for you where you can get content created by his team. The team also engages with competitors, followers in order to get a relevant audience for you. This works stellar. He has a lot of paying customers, um, up to 100 paying customers, and that then translates into a business which is currently about to crack seven-figure run rate, which is an amazing achievement. He started that ballpark 2 years ago, and his funnel is interesting because he actually also does outreach to 50 to 100 people a day, to then have a conversation how to help them to deliver value. And this is also what he's all about, delivering value and showing his customer and clients that he really, like, they get an ROI for all the work. And that's also what made him grow and what gave him good reviews. He was able with that to also increase his audience from less than 100,000 to more than 300,000 in the last 12 months. Will soon likely also crack the 1 million followers, which is amazing. And yeah, I would say sky's the limit. He has to leverage himself a bit more, build the team out further. Execution is the key in not getting new customers. Sky's the limit. Like I said, thank you so much for sharing your passion, taking us to the next level, Alex.
Yeah, thank you too for having me. It was a pleasure. And yeah, hopefully we meet again in the future. Yeah, with million followers, 2 million, we will see.